Karen Whitfield stood on her pristine front porch at exactly 7:23 am, clutching her laminated copy of the Willowbrook Estates Homeowners Association bylaws like a shield. Her perfectly manicured finger jabbed at section 4.7b while she shrieked at the Martinez children, "No child K on the side ALK. It's a thay 1500 deal time." The 8-year-old twins froze mid-hopscotch, their rainbow masterpiece barely dry beneath their sneakers. Their mother, Sophia, emerged from the house still in her scrubs from her night shift at the hospital, exhaustion written across her face, until she saw Karen's theatrical performance. "It washes off with rain," Sophia said wearily. Karen's response was swift and merciless. "I'm calling the police and animal control about your unauthorized pet situation." She pointed accusingly at Mr. Whiskers, the family's clearly legal and registered tabby cat, who was sunbathing peacefully in their own front window. The absurdity reached its peak when Karen whipped out her phone and began live streaming to her 12 followers on Neighborhood Watch Warriors. "This is what happens when we let property values decline, people," she announced to her audience of mostly bots and her reluctant sister in Toledo. "First it's sidewalk vandalism, then it's chaos." She gestured wildly at the children's bicycles parked neatly in their own driveway, as if they were evidence of urban decay. Sophia's husband, Miguel, appeared beside her, still holding his morning coffee. "Karen, what exactly is the problem here?" His voice carried the patience of a man who dealt with difficult patients in his job as a paramedic, but Karen mistook his calm tone for weakness. "The problem, Miguel, is that your children are destroying our community." Karen's voice rose to a pitch that made several dogs in neighboring yards start howling. She fumbled through her oversized purse, producing a digital camera that looked like it belonged in a museum, and began taking photos of the chalk art like she was documenting a crime scene. "This is going straight to the HOA board, the city council, and my lawyer." The twins giggled at her theatrical display, which only fueled Karen's rage further. Sophia stepped protectively in front of her children, her nurse's instincts kicking in as she recognized the signs of someone having a complete breakdown. "Karen, you need to step back from my family. Now." The confrontation escalated when Karen pointed at the children's swing set, visible in their backyard through the fence. "And that monstrosity isn't regulation height, according to aesthetic standards." Miguel nearly choked on his coffee. "It's in our backyard, Karen. Our property." But Karen was already marching toward their fence line, her HOA bylaws clutched like a weapon. Property lines don't excuse violations of community standards. She began measuring the distance between the fence and the swing set with a retractable tape measure she produced from nowhere, muttering about sightline pollution and decreased curb appeal. The absurdity wasn't lost on the growing crowd of neighbors who'd emerged from their houses, drawn by Karen's increasingly frantic voice. What Karen didn't realize was that Sophia had quietly activated her phone's recording feature the moment the confrontation began. Every wild accusation, every absurd interpretation of HOA rules, every threat was being captured in high definition. When Karen declared that she was personally ensuring these children never play outside again, Sophia knew she had everything she needed. The next morning, Karen would wake up to discover that her breakdown had gone viral overnight. But that was still hours away. For now, she stood in the Martinez family's driveway, completely convinced that she was the hero of the story, while the real battle was just beginning. The story reached its temporary climax when 2 police officers arrived, responding to Karen's frantic call about destruction of community property and child endangerment. Officer Rodriguez took one look at the chalk hopscotch court and turned to his partner with barely concealed amusement. Karen rushed toward them, her voice breathless with vindication. "Officers, finally, I've been documenting everything." She thrust her ancient digital camera toward them like evidence in a murder trial. What happened next would change everything for Karen Whitfield, though she had no idea that her carefully constructed world of HOA authority was about to crumble around her sensibly shoed feet.